So magnificent is Allah SWT, the one who made this human being from dust, and his offspring, his progeny, from a despicable liquid, and appointed angels over his creation to fulfill and implement the command of Allah regarding this creation, through its development from the nutfa in the womb of its mother, through all the cell divisions and growth. All of these cells compose together an amazing construction of the human body by the orders and instructions of Allah. So the body is constructed block by block, with some cells proceeding to become the skeletal system, and some the digestive system, and some the reproductive system, and some the respiratory system, and some the nervous system, and all of the other body parts. Does this happen on its own? No, it all happens by a creator God, Allah SWT. Can you imagine a construction site where the workers arrive early morning, some digging, some plumbing and managing the waterworks, others managing the electrical wiring, and some creating doors and windows? Well, these cells are also working and are guided by Allah SWT instructions from the darkness of the womb to form an amazing creation, a beautiful form, and that is man. So one should reflect on their existence, their body, because the human body is like an entire world, as reflected by scholars, with all of its systems coordinated with each other in perfection. And if one body part fails, all begin to get compromised and also start to malfunction in some way. And the scholars present their thoughts of the cell being somewhat like an entire city, working with other neighboring cities and systems, so intricate and so detailed and so perfectly planned. But these cities and this entire world with its structure has no noise whilst construction is going on. So unlike the construction site of buildings, the baby develops in the womb without audible sound, quietly. And this human construction is very fine in its details, with each cell having a specific duty to function in a certain tissue and organ of the body in a specific manner. And an angel commands it to function in that way, to proceed by the command of Allah. So just like angels are appointed over the rain clouds and the crops and the activities in the world, angels are also appointed over the cells and activity in the developing baby in the mother's womb. So who guides these cells to reach their correct place in a vast ocean of bodily constructions? How do they know when to grow and when to stop? Who guided our eyebrows to not grow as long as the hair on our head? Who told it to stop? Only Allah. Only He guides all of them. And just like the earth is created by Allah with precious deposits and stores of minerals and gems and ores and water and oil which can be extracted and which surface after some effort and can benefit the people greatly, similarly Allah has placed many hidden and inner potentials in man which surface when he strives in the right way. Then those inner deposits rise to the surface, and sometimes these gems only surface after intense pressure and tests. And if the striving is done to serve the pleasure of the Creator Allah, of His word, His commands, His deen, then these potentials have been used well. But if not, then they will be wasted in pursuing desires like animals, anger like wild beasts, and plotting and scheming like shaitan, like the devils. And remember then that when a child is born, nurture them well. And when you teach a child, deal with him or her in the right way, because they can do so much. But when children are neglected or not given the right attention, or there's no right environment for them, then these children can grow up with low self-morale and having little regard for others too. And because of this, so many evils can become prevalent. So be conscious that the new child is an amana, a trust from Allah, and that you have a responsibility to groom them and bring out their best from within them, as Allah has put gems and treasures and great potentials within each of them. And remember, how do you channelise children's anger? Well, as parents or guardians, try not to respond with anger. Rather, divert their mind towards good things and correct them at the right time with respect, without belittling them. And speak to them with ihsan when you both are calmer and thinking straight. And this is also a test of your control, of your ghadab, your anger, your shahwat, your desires also. And you have to work to stop yourself from feeding your nafs at that exact moment and not lash out with anger, because children are greatly affected by the environment in which they grow. The home, its people, the conversations, the noises, the language used, and even before they are born and still growing in the womb. So enhance your time for zikr and remembering of Allah, and keep engaged in positive good work even when pregnant, and remind yourself that every limb that the baby has a great purpose. And next time, when you kiss its hand, think, what will it do with this hand? And when you kiss its face, think, what will it do with this beautiful smile? And when you kiss the forehead, think, what will it do with its mind and intellect? And that this baby is pure, and that we must try to create an environment that doesn't taint that, because this child has a purpose, and that purpose is worship. So let the baby hear good words and good vocabulary to utilize when it can as it grows up, because each tongue is like the earth, watered with the same water, planted in the same soil, the same mud, yet producing different types of plants and flowers with differing tastes and a variety of colors and fruits and seed. But the water and mud are the same, but so many different products. Why? Because of the different environment it grew up in. Allah SWT says in Surah Ar-Ra'd, and in the earth there are tracts of land neighboring each other, and gardens of grapes and farms and date palms, some having twin trunks and some having a single one, although all of them are irrigated with the same water. We make some of them better than others in taste. Surely in that there are signs for people who understand. So use your tongue well, use it cautiously, beneficially, with wisdom, and remember the power of words and speech, and hence the accountability that comes with it.